Hello guys, welcome back to Tips and Tricks, and we are back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you 10 beginner mistakes that players often do in games, and I'm also going to be showing you what you can do to fix them. So if you guys are ready, then let's get straight into the video. Alright, so the very first mistake of today's video is going to be stopping the ball when you're being played the pass. So for example, if my teammate plays me the ball and I stop the ball like this, and he comes and presses me, I have to force myself to take another touch just to get away from it. So I'll just show you that again. So basically, this is what you shouldn't do when someone plays the ball. You stop the ball because he's gonna come and get the ball off you. You don't want that to happen. Instead, what you should do is when you're being played the ball, you want to open your body up, turn like this, and take your first touch in the direction where you want to go. So it's very important. You only take one touch as well, because the less touches you take, the quicker you get away from the defender. So I'm just going to show you that one more time. So what you do, you're being played the ball, open your body up, first touch in the direction, you're out over here. So this is basically a common mistake that I see many players do, is when they're being played the ball, they will stop it with the sole of their foot, and it forces the defender to kind of like get the ball off them, and it makes the defender's job easy. Your job is to make the defender's life hard. So by taking your touch into the space where you want to go, opening your body up, you're already gone. The defender is over here. You're in front of the defender. You're going for goal. So it's very important that you open your body up, you take your first step into the direction you want to go, and then you find more options on the pitch. Right, so the second mistake of today's video is going to be ball watching. Now, there's many players that just watch the ball when someone is dribbling past the defender, just going to be watching and seeing if someone else will do the job. That's what's called not taking responsibility. So let me just show you an example. Let's say this is a defender here. This is my teammate right here. And there's an attacker trying to dribble past the defender. And I'm standing right here. And let's say he dribbles past the defender. He goes past the defender. And I'm there watching. I'm watching. When I'm watching like that, I have no impact. I'm not even supporting my team. What I have to do is I need to react and I need to assess the situation. That's what you need to do. So if he gets past that man, I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get the ball off this right here. That's how you should do. You shouldn't be standing still, flat-footed, and waiting for someone else. Oh yeah, he's the one marking you, so he should do the job. No, that's not what you should do. This is not what you should do. So I can show you another example again. I get past the defender, he's going to wrap around this defender here, and he's going to get the ball off. So instead of ball watching, what you should do is you should track, you should be anticipate, and then once I'm getting past him, there, you get across and you get the ball off. That's how you should be playing. You need to be aware of what's going to happen. The most important thing is that you need to anticipate. If this guy is going to lose his man, I am going to get the ball off. That should be your mentality all the time. Right, so for the third mistake of today's video is taking too long with the ball, or taking too much out of the ball. For example, I'm sure there's like many players on your team like this, and I can take a good example of wingers. Wingers love to take too many touches, and I'm just saying in general as well. Then there's some players who love to take too many touches, but like if you take too many touches and you lose the ball, then we've got ourselves a problem. Like let's just say, for example, I'm like a random player on a football field, and then I'm like taking so many touches, doing this, doing that, and then suddenly the defender just commits and he gets the ball off me like that. I lose possession, I lose the ball, and yeah, it can cost you a goal. So what you need to do is you need to practice on not taking much out of the ball. Like let's say there's a teammate out here. Now I know there's not someone there, but let's just pretend. Let's just say there's someone on the wing and there's someone in a better position than me. Like I receive the ball, let's say someone places the ball, I take my touch, and then I play it out here like this. There, I just took 3 touches for that. 3 touches. Rather than taking 5, 6, 7 touches to release the ball. So So it makes you a far better player when you take less touches and then you receive the ball. So come in here again, and then I play it on the wing like that. See, the defender did not know I was going to do that. I took less touches. My first touch here, just to get me set, and then I play the pass. So that's why you need to start doing in games. Stop taking too many touches. Alright, so the next mistake of today's video is not being physical. Now, the two scenarios that I can show you are this. So I'm going to show you the first one. The first one is when you're kind of like knocking the ball past the defender and then you're not physical enough. So let's just say I'm a winger in this instance, and this applies for every player as well. But let's just say, like the best example for this is a winger. Let's say I'm a winger, I'm going down the line and I'm approaching the defender. I knock the ball past you like this, but then I'm not physical enough to get past you. That's the problem. What you need to do, you need to be physical. You need to be strong. You need to put that defender in his place. So, all you should do is that. So he'll play me the ball, and I'll knock the ball past him. I'll go down the wing like this. I push the ball off my way. That's what you should do. So, like, another example again could be like he's trying to take you on, and then you're trying to protect the ball. So you try to take the ball, and then he protect the ball. You have to see, it's very hard for me to defend that. When you have an opponent who's physical, who's knocking the ball past you, he's physical, he's fast, he's athletic, it's very hard to defend that. So it's very important that you work on your physical strength. And what you need to do, you get your arm up. Get your arm up like this. When you're getting past the defender like this, you get your arm up like that. You can open it off like that, and you can do these quick steps so that you can get past the defender. Alright, so mistake number 5 of today's video is not shifting into position. Now this is the most frustrating part about like playing football. Is that like when you're looking for options, and then there's this one guy on your team that just stands there and you're just not providing you an option. There's defenders pressing on him, he's not providing you an option. Like if I'm standing here, like these cones right here are defenders, right? And I'm standing right behind the defender. Like how am I going to get the ball? You're obviously not going to get the ball. What I need to do is I need to move myself, get into position, play the ball there, and I go for goal, and I look to keep possession. So like if he's standing there, he's no good. But if he shifts to one side and moves and provides an option, yes, like that, opens his body up and he goes this direction. It's when you're doing that, you're making the game easier for yourself. You move into position, and then you look for the ball like this. You move into position like that. He moves into position too. He looks for another option, and you go here. And what you can do, you can even go here again, and then you provide another option. That's what you need to do. You need to be looking. You need to be an option for your teammate. If you're not an option for your teammate, it's going to be very hard for your teammate to like keep the ball or find the pass. Because if you're just standing there, let's just say like my teammate, he's just standing there. His defender's pressing on me. He's just standing there watching, ball watching, not doing anything like that. But if he moves and makes my life easier, I pass the ball to him. We keep the ball. And if I move myself as well, I keep the ball too. So it's something that many players overcomplicate. They stay in the same position. Now, just because you move into your teammate moves into position, he gets the ball, and then you pass the ball, and then you're like, all right, the job is over. The job's not done. If I play the ball, I need to start moving. I need to move myself. I need to go here. I need to move the ball. I need to move myself. And once you make the pass, he moves as well. You need to constantly be moving. If you're not moving, you're going to lose the ball. If you're not moving, you're not an option. Alright, so mistake number 6 of today's video is going to be not calling for the ball. Now, the best way I can explain this is when your teammate has the ball and he's trying to cross it into the box, but instead he goes for goal because you haven't called for the ball. So in this scenario here, your winger is going to dribble past the defender here, and you're going to find yourself in the box around the position here. So you're just going to stand here and just hope the ball is going. But instead, your winger just goes for goal and he shoots, and he probably misses. Now that's sort of the tricky part. But what you need to do is you need to call for the ball. In that instance, you need to call for the ball. You tell him to square it or back post or something like that. He squares it to you and you score. So another example, a good example of this that I can show you is your winger gets past the defender and I'm going to get to the box, and then I go in, I say square it, square it, square it, box, box. Like that. So little communication makes your life easy. If you do not communicate, it's going to be very hard for you to receive the ball and also score as well. Because if you want to score, you're going to call for the ball, you're going to tell him to cross it in, he crosses it in, and you get your shot on. So that's just something to be aware of. Is that if you do not call for the ball, you're not going to get it. It's just simple like that. Like, even if I call for the ball here, yeah, play, like that, you're going to bring me the ball. Because I'm calling for that ball. I'm shouting, I'm screaming at him, I'm telling him to give me that ball, because that ball is mine. You know, you need to kind of think like that. But if I'm not calling for the ball, and you know, he knows I'm free, but you know, I'm not calling for the ball, then it's going to make his life two times harder. Because by you not calling for the ball, it doesn't provide him with options. So that's why communication is very important in football. Yes, baby, yes. Yes, free. Alright, so mistake number 7 of today's video is being afraid of making mistakes. There's a lot of players that when they arrive at the football field, they arrive at a match day, they just say to themselves, alright, I don't want to make any mistakes, I don't want to lose the ball, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But that's a good mentality to have, to make less mistakes. But still, it's kind of impossible to not make a mistake in a game. Like, sometimes you're gonna do a bad pass, you're gonna pass it to an opponent like that, and then like he gets it, and then you just say, oh man, I lost the ball and stuff. But nah, you shouldn't be afraid of that. Because even me, I lose the ball. Like, I play midfield with my team, and sometimes I lose the ball. Like, but sometimes when you lose that ball, it's costly for your team, and you know, it's a bit frustrating. But it's about knowing what to do next. Let's say you made a bad mistake, you lost the ball in midfield, and then that player got the ball, he got the ball, he went for goal, he shot and he scored. Let's just say that for example. There's nothing you can do about that. Once the ball is in the net, it's in the net. You can't do anything. But what you can do next time is to not make that mistake again. That's the best way to learn, is to not make the same mistake again. Alright, instead of playing it to the same place where you wanted to play, you can even go, you can fake pass, you want this, fake pass, you go over here. And that way you don't make that mistake. That's what players need to understand, is that once you make a mistake, it's gone. You make a bad pass, it's gone. You take a bad shot, it's gone. Focus on the next one. Focus on getting a better shot, getting a better pass, you know, protecting the ball better, using your physical strength more. That's what you need to have, the mentality of someone who is going to improve for the next ball, for the next ball that breaks, or for the next shot, for the next goal. That's what you need to have. It's that mentality all the time. You need to stop being afraid of making mistakes. Once the person takes a shot, when someone gets the ball off, it's gone. We need to think about, okay, how can I get that ball back? How can I control that ball back? How can I become a better player? That's what you need to be asking yourself all the time. That way, you will make less mistakes. Alright, and mistake number 8 in today's video is going to be like not training consistently. Of course, it's very obvious. If you only train on the days you have training, you're not going to become better. You only end up becoming average. So if you decide to say to yourself, okay, I want to take my game to the next level, then you need to start training by yourself. You need to start training at home. You need to start training alone. You need to start training with someone and really being consistent on that. Whether that's passing, taking a better touch like this here, something simple like that, training 15 minutes, 30 minutes, a day. Something very simple like this. It makes you become a better player. It makes you become a better player in football. So, what I'm trying to prove here is that if you're consistent on something, then you're going to master that thing. Even in everything. If you are consistent in reading a book, you're going to be able to read that book properly. Same way if you're consistent every single time you just play the ball with your team, this over here, consistently every day, and then you become better. It's pretty simple thing that you do every day. For example, for me, I'm just like consistent. I'm running the street and say, right, I'm gonna focus on shooting, or I'm gonna focus on passing my teammate right here. So you like pass the ball, you focus on passing, and then once you improve on that, you build on that, and then after that, you can move on to something else. But what I'm trying to prove here is that you stay consistent. If you just stay consistent, you'll be the best player on your team. I can tell you that for a fact. You will be the best player on your team. So if you decide to just be consistent, start training every day, start training like you've never trained before, then you will become that guy on your team. I promise you. Alright, so mistake number 9 of today's video is poor decision making. So for example, let's just say here, I have the ball right here, and I'm trying to take on, let's just say, I'm trying to take on like 3 defenders right here. Right, and there's an option for me to play the ball back to my teammate. Let's just pretend there's a teammate behind me. There's an option to play back to my teammate. And I don't play back to my teammate. What I need to do is I need to say to myself, alright, what's the best decision I can do here? Who's the best guy that I can play the ball to? Who's the best option? Instead of me going and taking on a defender like this, going right here, dribbling, instead, I look for someone like my player right here. I look for her, and then I say, alright, he's in space, take the ball, that, and then he goes for goal. It's a very simple thing. Because some players, when they get the ball, they just like to dribble past the whole team. They like to do whatever you want. All these trust me, it's not. You just gotta play the game. You become a better player. Like playing a simple pass. Like there's 2 defenders here, and I say to myself, "What's the best ball? The best ball is obviously right there. He's in space. He can turn. He can go for a goal like that." So it's about making your life easier. It's about making the game easier for yourself. If you are able to take so many touches, dribble past the game is going to be very difficult. The reason why players are so good is because they make the game easy for themselves. They train, they make the game easy for themselves. They do the simple things correctly, like passing the ball. So that's what the step is all about. If you dribble, if you train every day, if you do the things very simple every single day, then you will become a better player, and that's what's going to separate you from others. Mistake number 10, the final mistake of today's video. And some beginners always stay panicking for the goal. Also, I have also done this a lot before. So, you're in the box, let's say, right? Someone plays the ball, you get into a good position, everything's right, plays the ball, and then once you're in the ball, you start to go. So you say, oh, should I shoot? Should I not? Should I go back? Should I do that? You start overthinking. You need to make sure you get calm down to make the game easy for yourself. Be calm down and say, okay, yeah, what's the best decision here? Am I going to shoot? Or am I going to go pass the ball to someone who's in a better option, who's in a better area? So, this is a good place to shoot. There's no pressure on it. It's not like my first touch is going before. So, turn it back to what I can do. Example, so give me the ball. I take my first touch towards goal, like this, and I finish. That. So, it's about making it simple for yourself. So, when you receive the ball in the box, we call that the goal lead zone. When you receive the ball there, you need to shoot. Unless there's someone who's in a better position than you inside that area. That's what you need to be thinking all the time. You get in the box, always think of scoring and also seeing if there's someone better in a better position to score than you. So that's basically the video for today. That's basically the last mistake of the video. You apply this and then you score some goals. Guys, so there you have it. 10 mistakes beginner players always do. And I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you guys get to the channel, do not forget to smash that like button, hit the bell to get notified every single time when we make a video. Hopefully you learned something, and this video has been very informative. Tell me down in the comments below. Just give me some feedback. I want to see what you guys think. I want to see what you guys think. If it's working, if the way I'm explaining stuff is working for you guys, if you're seeing improvement in your game, you should watch the channel. I want to hear from you guys. So yeah, thanks again for watching Tips and Tricks. And yeah, this is Tips and Tricks signing out. We'll catch you guys in the next one. But yeah.